Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to set up the Snow Extender. To load the UI, come to the Windows search bar and search Extender Configurator. And this will open up you on the Services tab. The Services tab will let you see the current status of your service, if that's started, stopped, as well as let you start it, uninstall the service, set the service user. To start the service, simply click Start. As you can see, now the Set User button gets turned to a test, and that will be used later on to validate the eventuary API, SLM API, as well as the Atlas connection. As you can see here, the current Atlas connection is set to connected, as well as see the extended name that I'm connected to. You have the option to increase or lower the logging level as required. For example, if you have a support case, we might ask you to increase it to trace. You have the option to add a proxy if you require this for your network, or if you wish to do so, simply by using the use proxy and filling in your credentials as necessary. If you're using the encryption option, encryption key on the agents, you have an option to specify your custom encryption key within this location and saving it by clicking save. The file elevator is going to be a local folder that you can monitor for inventory or discovered assets that you would like to be imported to the Snow Atlas tenant. To add this, you click New and specify the path. In my case, I have set up a desktop folder, so I come to the users, come to administration, who's my user, desktop, and select the file. And as you can see, that's set the path in the path value. You can choose whether it's enabled or disabled, so if you have multiple, you can set some to enable and some to disabled. To note, the photo be checked on a polling rate of 30 seconds. By default, this can be increased or decreased as necessary. To save your configuration, click Save, and if you wish to delete it, click Delete and then click Save afterwards. In my case, I would like to keep it, so I've clicked Save. Next is the eventuary API. This is going to be the main receiving address that is used by the Snow agent and the Snow Integration Manager connectors. To add this, click New in the top right corner, and this will load up the configuration options to fill out. You can set a name, so in my case, I'm going to call it INVAPI. You can choose whether it's enabled or disabled, so you can have multiple of these set up. In my case, I would like it enabled. You have a choice to set the port. In my case, I'm going to use port 81 because I'm doing a local test. But if you would like to use HTTPS, you can check this and add your service certificate, which is a requirement to use it. And then you specify your DNS name, in my case, localhost, but it'll be down to how you have configured your server to specify that. And to save your configuration, click Save. Once this is done, you can validate that the connection is working by coming to the Services tab and click Test. As we can see, the API is okay. A further way you can do from the devices where the agents are installed to validate the connection is by typing in the DNS name and the port number, and that will show Extender the version number and is running. Alternatively, you can use API//client /ping, and you get a Pong response. The next button we have here is the SLM API. This is going to be used for the Snow Integration Manager connectors, Microsoft 365, and Adobe Creative Cloud. Just a note, this is going to be data that will be passed across to the SAM core side of Atlas. To add this connector, click New. Under the name, set your name you wish to use. In my case, I'm going to use SLM API. Choose whether it's enabled or disabled. Set the DNS name. Specify your port that you wish to use. In my case, I'm going to use 8082. And as well, you can use HTTPS if you wish to do so by checking the Use HTTPS button and specifying a service certificate. Now this is where you will have to add a user you would like to use for their Atlas API. This is going to be just a user local to this. So in my case, I'm just going to call it admin, set a password, and click Save. Uncheck that and click Save. Just a note, your username is going to be capitalized sensitive, so you need to make sure to type your username in with the capitalization. So we can test this by coming to the browser again, 8082/API in my case, or your DNS name, your port, and the /API. As we can see, now I'm prompted to sign in. I put in my values, and now I have access to the Atlas, the Extender API, as we can see here. Alternatively, you can confirm this by clicking Services and clicking Test, and we can see here, connection was successful. The next button is the AD Discovery, and this is going to let you integrate into your Active Directory to pull the users and computers or devices information. This is going to be run on a set interval of 24 hours. By default, you can increase it and decrease it as you wish to do so. To fill in your details, click New, and this will open up a screen to let you add in your details. In my case, I'm calling it Atlas Demo, specifying my account, specifying a user, and you can choose whether you'd like devices and users or devices only or users only. To validate the connection, click Test. As you can see, my connection was successful, and then click Save. The next option is the data forwarder. The data forwarder is allowing you to forward snowpacks from the extender to another local endpoint. In my case, I have a Snow Inventory local on-premise platform set up as well, so I can forward this data to here. Just to note, you'll need to put this in a full URL format for it to work. As such. And you have to check enabled because it's disabled by default. And if you have certificate requirements, you can specify a certificate and the password. And if you wish to change the site name, you can do so. To validate this connection, click Test and confirm you receive a response. As we can see, in my case, connection okay. And to save this, click Save, and that will save it. Coming back to the Services tab, we can click Test again, and we can validate all the connections are fine to the Atlas, to the INVAPI, and to the SLM API are all correct. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps.